There's Joe here, folks. All right.
Oh, hello there. I'm Kitty Carlisle. Welcome. I was just practicing. Sometimes the best way to get rid of an earworm that's been rattling around in your ears is to learn how to play it. Sort of like mental floss. Well, that video that you just saw featured yours truly and one of our special guests tonight, Joe Craven and Hattie Craven are going to join us tonight, ably assisted and stage managed by Pamela Gregg Craven. 2 L's, 2 G's. Well, welcome to the webcast. Webcastaways, and happy holidays, etc., etc., etc. Whatever holidays you celebrate, we'll ask Joe Craven about that momentarily here. Home for the holidays takes on new meaning this year and new duration. But we're finally here at the solstice, when the cold days get longer and the light returns in more ways than one. And speaking of politics, the way things are going, I'm sure to get a pony for Christmas. This is going to be a good one. One word. I hate to start things off on a downer note, but I'm afraid snakeinfestedseafoam.com has been taken by me. I'm not sure what to do with it yet. A band name, maybe. Maybe an album name, at least. Something aerosol. Shaving cream, perhaps. More snakes than you can shake a rattle at. That's some of the big news from the past couple of days. I've never seen anything like it, and I don't think Western Australia has either. Well, today is Monday, you know what that means. We're going to have a special guest, 2 special guests today, Joe Craven and Hattie Craven, and again, ably stage managed by Pamela Gregg Craven, 2 L's, 2 G's. Housekeeping details for those of you that are new to the Monday night thing. Thanks for showing up. First of all, I'm sure there are lots of newcomers because of Joe Craven's galaxy-wide audience probably tuning in. Please do say hello. Maybe tell us where you're webbing in from. I'm always interested to give the faraway prize to see who webs in from the farthest away. How did you hear if you're stuck for something to say, maybe how did you hear the show? Tell us that. We are busking tonight, of course. Donations are not expected, but they're always welcome. Thank you, Miss Valerie. They're always welcome. Joe and I will split whatever has come in to the Widows and Orphans Fund. So if you PayPals and you Venmothers, here's how to do it. Just right there. And we'll have that typed in at some point as well, so you can just hit a link. By our executive producer, Miss Valerie May. Put your hands together and take them apart and put them together again real fast. Do that several times. That's Valerie May. She's my sweetie. She's terrific. So with any $20 tip donation, not only do you lapsed Catholics get some time off in purgatory, but you get a free CD. I'll send you a free CD. And so if you donate $20, by all means, leave me your address where I should ship the CD in the PayPal window there. And they just go out like that. We've got a machine set up. They go out like that. So type in your mailing address. Joe has CDs too, and we'll be talking all about that as well. Remember CDs? Remember? I do. I've got boxes of them. But if you're not able to make any sort of financial donation, perhaps you'd consider sharing, capital sharing, to your Facebook timeline right now, or perhaps sharing with a like-minded friend or two in Facebook Messenger. That's appreciated too. That's good karma, in case dollars are not in your stars right now. Speaking of stars, we'll talk about that in a moment too. Miss Valerie is here to field your questions and to pass them along. I kind of skipped over the most important things, and I did this last week too. Please let us know what you've been streaming on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Acorn or one of those things. That's always of interest. There's lots of sponsors tonight. Tonight's Monday night thing is brought to you by the numbers 12 and 21 and the planets Jupiter and Saturn together, and by the dates, January 20th, and the letters AMF together, and by Ron Popeil and Ronco Industries, and we'll hear from them in just a little bit. I have no idea. Maybe you can give me an idea. Miss Valerie, did somebody have a question or comment?
Mary Flower's in the house.
Mary Flower is in the house. Mary Flower is going to be here right next week. She'll be here next week on the Monday night thing. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, sure. I'll play a chestnut, but this is a chestnut I never get tired of. And what I'm going to be doing while I play this, if you know it, if you've heard me play, you've probably heard me play this a couple times. I'm going to be hearing Joe Craven play along with me, just like he did there. That particular, we had rehearsed that once backstage, and Joe just marched right out on stage, and we did that together. He's just that fantastic, and he's going to be doing all kinds of stuff for us tonight. He's going to play some music, do some looping, maybe tell us a story. Astonishing. More introductions and better ones later on. Here's a chestnut, just to get things started. Continuing in the key of E minor, for those of you dancing. I'm going to flip this little switch right here and see what it does. Oh yeah. There is a place I know, way down in Mexico, high in the old Sierra Madre, where many an outlaw band from across the Rio Grande have found a haven, a holdout, a hideaway. But danger rides with those who stray upon that secret hideaway, where death is sure to welcome anyone within the law. But if a man must run from any lawman's gun, he'll find compadres in the old Sierra Madres. Deep in the dark of night, beside the campfire's light, they weave the tales of the lives of the bandits, of jewels rare and old, of coaches filled with gold, of holdups pull off just like they planned it. But danger rides with those who stray upon that secret hideaway where death is sure to welcome anyone within the law. But if a man must run from any lawman's gun, he'll find compadres in the old Sierra Madres. Take it, Joe. Oh, hell. Deep in the dark of night, beside the doggone time-space continuum, they read the tales of the lives of the bandits, of jewels rare and old, of coaches filled with gold, of hold-ups pulled off just like they planned it. But danger rides with those who stray upon that secret hideaway where death is sure to welcome anyone within the law. But if a man must run from any lawman's gun, he'll find compadres in the old Sierra Madres. Play it purty, me. But danger rides with those who stray upon that secret hideaway where death is sure to welcome anyone within the law. But if a man sing from any lawman, sing, I can't hear you. No, I mean, really, I can't hear you. Sierra Madre, but sing anyway. But if a man must run from any lawman's gun, he'll find compadres in the old big finish Sierra Madres. People shake their instruments like that. I'm not sure why. Oh, here, let me turn off the outside. There we go. Back. Did you sing? Thank you. Good. It's good for you. It's good for you to sing. Ducky, how are we doing on time here? Are there any pressing questions or comments that need addressing?
7:49.
7:49 already? Holy smokes. Folks, we're going to press right along here and get Joe Craven out on stage, for crying out loud. But first, a word from our sponsors.
It's the season for holiday giving, and Norelco has the quality gifts to give. Give him a blade close shave, or put a shine on his shoes. Give her sleek new ways to stay beautiful, or a bright new way to start the day. Give a blood pressure meter, fabric steamer, travel iron, cordless hand vac, or the ultimate in ironing ease. For quality holiday gifts, it's Norelco, because even our name says Merry Christmas.
Norelco, we put quality first.
It's the fishing invention of the century. There's never been anything like it. Popeil's Pocket Fisherman. Men, women, youngsters can cast almost like experts the very first time. Small enough to fit in glove compartment, backpack, any travel bag, or even in your pocket. And Pocket Fisherman's handle is its own mini tackle box. Flip up the special DuPont nylon rod and you're ready to fish anytime. Even catch big ones like this with heavy test line and your favorite lure and shock absorber. Pocket Fisherman is made with a smooth action Johnson spin casting reel filled with Trilene XL line, and boy does it catch fish. It's the perfect outfit for casting in tight spots. You can even hang it on your belt. Expert expert or amateur will love Popeil's Pocket Fisherman. It's rod, reel, line, bobber, hook, the whole thing. Yes, it's fishing fun for the whole family, and only $19.95. What a gift.
What a gift indeed. Did he say Smooth Action Johnson? I did hear it, I have to admit. I'm not proud of the fact, but I did. And you did too, Valerie May. Well, here comes our big guest. You remember Ron Coe? I guess I'm going to have to ask Joe about this. He's much too young to remember. The Kitchen Magician, the Buttoneer, the Vegematic, the Chop-O-Matic, not Vitametum Vegemin. That was before Ron Coe. Mr. Microphone, Steam Away, the Miracle Broom, the Record Vacuum, Rhinestone Stud Setter, Showtime Cutlery Set, and the Showtime Rotisserie. And without all of those things, I don't know what people get for Christmas anymore. If you recognize that, you're dating yourself. Carbon dating, in our cases, I think, is probably what's happening. Well, Joe Craven is a true Renaissance man. He's an educator, instrumentalist, vocalist, percussionist, band leader, world musician, inventor, writer, international man of mystery, maven of fashion, and the peripatetic host of dozens of festivals worldwide. It's a treat and an honor to host him on The Thing. So, Ducky, let's bring him on board if we can. That button isn't working. Let's see if this one will. There he is. Good heavens. Where were you hiding, Joe? We had to drag you out of the back room there somewhere.
I'm still reeling with delight over the Popeil Pocket Fisherman.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bless you, my son.
Thank you very much.
For doing
I'll take
that.
that, Father.
Bless you.
Father
Bless
Joe.
I had one in the glove box. I did catch fish.
Did you really with the xylene Tri-X line that comes with it?
It comes with everything.
The bobber?
The works, the hook, the whole thing. It's right there.
You're not kidding. You really did.
Yeah, I really did catch fish with it. It was fantastic. It was amazing. But also, my dad had a Norelco Hand Vac.
Really?
And he allowed me to use that with my car washing business that I had when I was a young fella.
Wow.
And, yeah. And so I had the hand vac, and I had very professional.
But I'm guessing you perhaps didn't have the blood pressure meter. I don't remember that one from Norelco.
No.
No, you didn't have the paddles, the defibrillator, the Rocco defibrillator.
Yeah.
Perhaps
great,
not.
A great gift idea, though.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll remember for next year, Joe.
Sure.
Ducky,
And
write
by
this
the
down,
way,
would you?
By the way, thanks for mentioning Kitty Carlisle.
Do you
Thank
remember
so
Kitty
much.
Carlisle too?
I do. You have the radiance of Kitty Carlisle.
Oh.
A lot of people don't realize that, but when she came out when she was being introduced onto to tell the truth, she came out with this radiance, and you embody that, Stevie. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I am your Peggy Cass to your Kitty Carlisle.
Oh, fantastic! I've always wanted a Peggy
Yeah.
Cass. Good
Yeah.
heavens!
Not to
That
be
sounded
confused
dirty
with Mama.
too. No. Peggy,
Hey man,
Kitty Carlisle.
it's so great. It's so great to be on your show.
Well,
Thank
welcome.
you.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Thank you.
I've
Likewise.
lucked out big time. I've asked a few folks to join up, and you were among them. And thank you so much for this. This is a new feature, which is why things are a little less than super slick on the technical front here. It's kind of a new feature with this webcasting platform that I use. So thanks for.
It's fantastic. It's late night with Stevie Coyle. It really has that. It has that vibe. I'm digging it.
Well, Joe, if you would, tell the folks where you're webbing in from.
The former gateway to the Nut Tree on I-80 in Northern California. little town just south of Mason on that I-80 corridor known as Dixon.
No. Is there really a Mason?
Well, no.
Oh, see.
Well, there is.
there is,
but
it's just not there.
but it's not there.
Yeah.
It's the other. It's Mason Dixon, but we are Dixon, even though it was originally Dickson.
Can't imagine
And
why they would have
somebody-
changed it.
Somebody just figured fewer letters
Yeah.
can help.
Yeah. Named after Franklin W. Dixon, perhaps, that wrote all the Hardy Boys books. Is that right?
I have no idea.
I just made it up. That's why you don't
Yeah,
know.
it sounds good.
That's
Although
why.
I'm noticing something. Hattie, can you? I have a pop up. It's gone now.
Really, somebody wanted. Oh, they wanted you to. You know, I bet it was. I bet it was John Ossoff or Reverend Warnock wanting you to.
Wow.
I get dozens of mails from them every day, and God love them. They get me more often than not. But I wonder if that's who texts you and emails you at odd hours.
I did spend a lot of my youth in Georgia,
Did you?
in Atlanta, in fact.
I
Matter
did
of
not.
fact, here's a funny little thing. In high school, I was in a rock band, a garage rock band, literally, with Peter Buck of REM.
Of REM.
Yeah, and his brother Ken played bass, and we had our little rock band, and we were horrible, and we were having the time of our lives.
Of course you were.
Yes,
What was the name of the band? That's always of interest.
I cannot remember.
It wasn't Snakes in Seafoam or anything, was it?
It,
'Cause that's
it could
available
have been.
for a
Yeah,
modest price. You can have that URL.
Snakes in Seafoam.
No, that isn't quite right. It's something like that .com. I'm just trying to stay topical. Joe, people are waiting for you to play music, and here I am blathering and getting you to blather, which is really fun. But would you play us something good, and then we'll continue blathering?
I would love to.
Terrific.
Yeah. I could pay you, you could pay me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's mind. You could say it through my eyes instead of your ego. I believe you'd be surprised to see you're on the other side. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Hey, before you accuse, criticize and abuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. All the world you see around you is just a reflection. And the law of karma says you're gonna reap just what you sow. So unless you live the life of total perfection, you might think twice of any stone that you might throw. And yet we still might be throwing stones at one another. 'Cause I don't need the same food, wear the same clothes, have the same faith to think
a common person. Yeah, I'm your brother. Yeah. When we strike out and hurt each other, it's hurting everyone. Walk a mile in the shoes. Walk a mile in the shoes. Yeah. Hey, before you choose, criticize out of breath. Walk a mile in the shoes. Walk a mile in the shoes. Walk a mile in the shoes. Hey, hey, before you choose, criticize out of breath. Walk a mile in the shoes. Walk a mile in the shoes. Walk a mile in the shoes. Hey, before you choose, criticize that I guess. Walk a mile in the shoes. Walk a mile in the shoes. Hey, walk a mile in the shoes. Hey, before you choose, criticize that I guess. Walk a mile in the shoes.
Oh, yeah. Good heavens.
Well, the year was 1970,
And what happened?
and I had my Schwinn bicycle with the gold paint job, kind of a bronze gold, and on it sat I with my transistor radio, rectangular with a leatherette case, and one speaker that I had on. It had basically off and full for the two settings. And I was cruising around the apartment complex that I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that song came on by a guy named Joe South, Walk a Mile in My Shoes. And that song has stuck with me ever since. And I just loved it. And I recorded it with some dear friends of mine a handful of years ago. And it just seems so relevant. It seems so relevant to right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right?
I think so, too. Good heavens, yes. Joe, who all
But
have
of course
you...
huh?
Go
Sorry,
ahead. No. You're never going to
Well, I
out-polite
was just
me.
going to
Don't even
say,
try.
but what's fun, of course, when I cover a song by somebody else, I always love to breathe a fresh air into it. I love to, it's kind of that quaint old process in folk music of making the music your own.
Yes, indeed.
And so I used a little bit of technology there, a little bit of looping and a little bit of mandolin. Yeah.
You mentioned recordings. Who all have you who have, maybe it's a shorter list, who haven't you recorded with? But who have you recorded with?
Well, a bunch of folks. But I mean, these days, my goodness, I see what the kids are doing, and
Yeah.
it's stunning that how many people that they can play with now because of the immediacy of technology, such as it is. Stevie, you and I remember back in the day when we'd say roll it, and we were talking about one of two things, but if we were actually recording, it was the idea of tape.
That thick. It was that thick. It was
2-inch.
big
Well,
stuff.
the good stuff.
The good stuff was. Yeah.
The good stuff was 2-inch. But I guess I started recording back in those analog days, and boy.
No, I think a lot of folks
Well,
probably know you from. Perhaps they don't know though. You were with the Jerry Garcia band for several years, weren't you?
Well, I was in a project that involved Jerry.
Yeah.
And a fellow who I played with for many years, David Grisman, and they had a thing called Garcia Grisman.
That was it. It wasn't the Jerry Garcia band. It was Garcia Grisman.
And it was basically David's rhythm section from the David Grisman Quintet, myself and a guy named Jim Kerwin.
Right.
And we did a bunch of shows and recorded a bunch of CDs in a short amount of time, and then Jerry was gone.
Yeah. Yep, indeed.
Yeah. We recorded the first thing in 1989. That the winter of '89.
Odd 89, as we say nowadays.
That's right.
Joe, we have a question here, and it is Miss Valerie.
What is on Joe's tie?
The people want to know, Joe, what is on your tie?
Oh, little Santas.
Are they tiny Santas?
They are tiny Santas.
Very good. Somebody just won a
there's a lot
$20
of them.
bet.
Yeah.
Well, good. Look at that. You're.
I like to dress. You know, I have a good friend of mine, Stevie, and some of the viewers may know who he is, and you may know who he is. He was the inventor of the couch potato phenomenon. He's a brilliant cartoonist, a great artist, fine musician, a guy named Robert Armstrong, or Bob
Indeed.
Armstrong. Cheap Suit Serenaders, great friend of his colleague and friend R. Crumb. And he always wears a suit, or oftentimes he'll go to work in a suit and a tie. And somebody asked him one day, why do you put on a tie and a suit? And he says, because I'll get more gigs.
You know,
And I think it's really worked for him.
it's, there was a fellow at golly, and now I'm going to forget his name, but there's been a couple of fellas that say you've got to dress better than your audience, which I'm not doing at the moment, but.
No, but I mean, it was just interesting to hear that. And I think there was a time in music, in the music industry, when you go back to the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, there was, I think, kind of almost a dress code. It's an old idea.
I think so, yeah, just to make music special in that way, to put on something a little better than Workaday, or even just Workaday. We're so casual nowadays.
Even in the 50s, I think there was sort of the idea of the band uniform, that went across all kinds of styles.
Sure.
But then along come the 60s and the need for individualism. And there you go.
I needed it. I know I did. Yeah. Boy, howdy did I ever. Hey, Joe, you got another tune for us? Got another song?
Sure. How about, I'm just going to, in the spirit of Mr. Garcia.
We've been given a request for Get Off Your Butt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you've had a
Okay.
request there.
Well,
Hattie,
there's
thanks.
yes.
Thanks for fielding the request there.
Hattie mentioned a request that we have. I tell you what, well, we could do that. Well, let's do that.
We
I
have
mean,
lots of tape. Just
let's
take
honor-
your time.
Let's honor the request. Well, this is not a cover. This is one that I wrote back during the time of the Great Recession, not the Depression, haven't been around quite that long, but the recession. And self-inflicted therapy is what I call it. And I like, speaking of relevance, I like to think that this one is relevant for today as well. I'm gonna have my daughter join me. Oh, she's gonna okay. She's gonna right over there. Let's see.
I've extended my credit, I'm deep in debt. Bought beyond my paycheck, yes, I lost the bet. The company's folded, now I lost my shirt. I'm dragging my I'm crawling in the dirt. Bad times are here, now what?
Better get off my butt.
Better get off your butt. Better get off it. Better get off your butt. You better get off it.
My kids need some attention. My car just blew the engine. My marriage is in remission. My life's a lava lamp, staring at the ceiling while my brain fell on the floor. Watching paint through the peeling. I was faced out the door.
Bad times are here, now what?
Better get off my butt.
Better get off your butt. You better get off it. Better get off your butt.
Oh, I'm getting on with the Joe. I'm gonna take the test. Gonna reroute the floor. Gonna aim for the best. Dig in the dumpster, toss my leg in the rain. Gonna wear a grass skirt. I'm putting on a new brand. Bad times are here now. What?
Better get off my butt. Get off it. Better get off my butt.
Better get off your butt. You better get off it. Better get off your butt. You better get off it. Better get off your butt. You better get off it. Better get off your butt. Better get off it.
Ooh, thank you, darling. Thank you.
Jeepers. Ain't it the truth? They say that sitting is the new smoking, apparently.
Wow.
Not sure what that means, but it sounds bad.
Sitting is the new smoking.
It's just that bad for you, apparently, to sit.
Is the idea of being sedentary?
Yes, I think so. And polysyllabic.
Wow.
Better get off your butt. That's fantastic. Did you?
I mean, yes.
Is that an original? Is that?
That's yes.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Self-inflicted therapy for what has been a hard year. But you know what, Stevie? As you mentioned, and a lot of us know, it has been a difficult year. I'd like to read something really quick here. Is that okay with you?
Of course.
Okay.
Read away, Joe.
This is by a woman named Brene Brown. I keep this on the desktop, if you will. Honey, what is that called? Where I've got everything up. I've got too many things up on my chaos. Yes, up on my screen of my computer.
Your dashboard.
My dashboard. That's it. Yeah. And I keep this and for perspective, and I would love to share it with you. We will not go back to normal. Normal never was. Our pre-corona existence was not normal, other than we normalized greed, inequity, exhaustion, depletion, extraction, disconnection, confusion, rage, hoarding, hate, and lack. We should not long to return. We are being given the opportunity, my friends, to stitch a new garment, one that fits all of humanity and nature. I love that.
That's wonderful, Joe.
We will stitch a new garment. It can be a year of opportunity.
It can indeed, don't you think? Yeah.
I love the idea of life begins outside our comfort zone, especially when it comes to the idea of creativity. All of us finding a way to have a more artful life. And,
indeed.
With us closed in these spaces that we're closed in, it gives us a great deal of time to exercise introspection. And it's interesting, I had a teacher once who talked to me about the idea that when you're an artist, you need to give yourself permission to embrace the idea of self-indulgence, self-centeredness, not in a pejorative, but in a positive way. Because for all of us to bring our inside out, to engage in expression, in artful living, we need to spend time with ourselves.
And we've had
alone.
that.
And we have had that.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's the virus is saying, take this, and then we have the opportunity to be okay with that. And maybe have all of us find ways to tell our story through creative expression.
Hear, hear.
And I love that.
Hear, hear. You bet. You bet.
So thank you, Brene Brown, for that. And yeah.
That's quite wonderful. Thanks, Joe. Really cool.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
cool. You know, I was wondering, a multicultural, musician, artist such as yourself, what do you celebrate this time of year at your house?
We celebrate our fascination with exploring how other people spend this time of year. Matter of fact, Pamela, my wife, has a Facebook page called the Tiny Living Room Concerts, inspired by the Tiny Desk concert phenomenon on NPR. And this month we've been having weeknights with a regularity somewhat akin to what you have. And we've been having different nights of artists expressing music that they're connected with in one way or other, cultural, spiritual, whatever. So we've had Swedish folk music on magnificent instruments from Swedish culture, with Swedish songs sung in the language. We had a Jewish night with a rabbi, and then a fellow, a Bay Area artist named Jerry Tenney, mandolin player and folkologist, singing Yiddish, including Yiddish Christmas songs and Beatles songs and you name it. So
Cool.
and then a Celtic night, talking about, you know, and exploring that, and the whole idea for me is my fascination, my personal fascination with the diversity of how people express what they're connected with culturally. So, I mean, when you say culturally, it cuts a wide swath, doesn't it? I mean, it's a lot of
indeed.
things.
Yeah.
It can be faith-based things. It can be social things. It can be political things. It can be all these different things.
But at your house, it's primarily musical expression.
We're known as the Addams Family of Dixon, and so we have
Cool.
quite
Congratulations.
we have quite an interesting house, and the house reflects a multicultural love that we have for how people do things differently. That helps us think better and stay better connected with other people in the world. So rather than coming to a time in December where we all kind of go off to our respective camps or feel intruded upon by maybe, you know, the man in the red suit,
Yeah.
jingle bells, and making sure there are enough nativity scenes inflatable in the front yards of people.
Yes.
And no judgment with that, other than just the idea that, gosh, we love to see what the panorama of what's going on out there, and that can be manifested through music, through food, visual arts, fashion insulting.
Can people get a fashion insultation from you if they email
Yes.
you or call you?
I'm the best fashion insultant in my price range.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
We'll talk after the show because I've been wearing. Yeah, well, I don't need to tell you. I've been wearing these same sweatpants for a couple of weeks now, and although you know, wait a minute, I was not ever going to do this, but this is the perfect example. If I can just show you what Valerie got me.
Oh my God.
I know, Joe. I
Pamela,
thought
can
that
you
would.
see this?
I thought that would make your toe shoot up in your boot.
You've got to look at this.
Oh, that's right.
What
And there's
Stevie's wearing.
actually two of these. Oh, yeah, check them. Joe Bob says check them out.
Look, hold them up like that again. No, like put them up so they look like two pink flamingos in your front yard. Up,
Maybe-
up. Yes,
maybe like
there,
that?
there. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, let's have a little skit. What are their names?
Bingo and Wally.
Hi, Wally.
Hi, Bingo.
How's it going? This is a really weird thing.
It's really, really super weird. I wish.
But it's great because it's the Stevie and Joe show, so everything's
right.
good.
Everything's good. Suddenly, magically, everything's good. Even puppets. Do you know,
Right.
I did comedy years and years ago, stand-up comedy with a wonderful fellow named Roy Zimmerman, who's going to be joining me on one of these shows. And we were in Los Angeles in the late 80s during the great comedy scare of the late 80s and 90s. And one of the there was an act that was just fantastic. It was a guy named David Feldman, hilarious political commentary, but he never really, you know, he had a very niche audience. And Mitzi Shore, the woman who ran the comedy store, said, David, have you considered puppets? So ever since then, I've been a little nervous about puppets. So. Joe,
It's like clowns. It's like the fear of clowns. kind
which
of thing,
there's a
maybe?
Latin
little
name
bit.
for that, and I wish I knew it, but there really is one.
No, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to find out. Do you want me? Do you want more?
Yes,
more music?
please. Good heavens,
Please.
yes. I'm sure
Yeah,
people
enough
are
with all
screaming
this
for it after
yapping,
that
this-
sartorial
all this-
diversion there. The people
Okay,
are screaming
okay.
for more music.
Speaking of cultural diversity. Whoa.
Whee!
Okay. Wee. Sorry. Wee. I've got this.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, right?
sorry.
So Stevie, I'm getting an echo thing. Is that coming from you again?
Maybe. How's that? A
Oh.
little better?
Oh, it's gone.
Magic.
Stain's gone.
Wee. Yeah, you probably have to run
Okay,
that down,
all right.
Ducky. Cool.
Is that loud?
It's a little loud, but we can take care of it here. Not to worry.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
We'll track you. Go for it.
Is it too loud?
Yeah. You can only hear me, Joe, but there are lots of people clapping right now, I'm sure. That was fantastic.
You know, it only happens once a year. So I always appreciate it when people can tolerate hearing some of these classic old melodies that a lot of us grew up with. But hearing someone kind of have their way with them a little differently. And I wanted to mention that Jingle Bells, of course, did start out in a minor key as a little tip of the hat to global warming. So
Yeah.
I just don't have quite enough of the white stuff, and
I know.
we got to work on that.
Hell yeah.
Stevie. We got to work on that. So I think help is on the way.
Do you know, the answer, my friend, is blown in the wind. And you can quote me on that, actually. It's a remarkable time of change.
Yeah.
And hallelujah. Good for us. Good for us.
Hey, I've got another one. How are we doing on time?
Do another one, for God's sake.
I want to bring
Yeah.
the lovely Hattie Craven in to do something. Speaking of global warming.
Hey there, Hattie, come on in. We'll give you the
Come
whole
on into
screen
the-
here. Take it away
to
there,
the,
you
to the
cravens as
tiny
you.
living room. Okay, I'm gonna switch instruments.
Oh, I should probably put my headphones in.
Oh yeah, she's gonna
Oh.
headphone up. We appreciate those of you that are out there watching us and hopefully enjoying the show tonight. I sure am. This is an octave mandolin here, and let's see, Hattie, you working okay there? She's going to try some other. If this gets too slick for anybody, just let us know.
I wonder this might be taking all the power. It's okay. I don't really need to hear
These
it.
work. These are working.
We'll be right with you, folks. See, we'll get it so Hattie can hear herself. How you doing there? How's that?
There we go.
Is that better?
I don't know.
Hello, hello. Testing.
There we go. There we go.
You
Yeah.
need to turn yours-
I fixed it. You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi there,
Oh,
Hattie.
good.
Terrific to have you.
Are we
You're
there
welcome.
now?
I think you're there. Take it away.
Okay.
Do that
All
thing
right.
you're going to do.
Little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. Little Jack Frost, get lost. You know you don't do a thing but put the bite on a toast. Freeze up the ground and take the bloom from the rose. So little Jack Frost, go away, go away. Don't you come back another day. There's lots of cold feet, all the lovers complain. You turned off the heat down in a lover's lane. The bench in the park is all alone in the dark. So little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. Little Jack Frost, get lost. Would you listen up? L.J. Frost, gonna get out of here. Scared away the blue sky and the whole green scene. Frost on my window pane, freeze on me to the bone. I tell the grumpy old man winter to let you come home with your cold, cold wind and your ice and snow. Better bundle up your overcoat when it starts to blow. Put back the leaves on the maple trees. Bring back the sun and the summer breeze. Let's call it a day. Don't come back no way. Little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. Little Jack Frost, get lost. Would you listen up? L.J. Frost, gonna get out of you come home with your cold, cold wind and your ice and snow. Better bundle up your overcoat when it starts to blow. Put back the leaves on the maple trees. Bring back the sun and the summer breeze. Let's call it a day, don't come back no way. Little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. Little Jack Frost, get lost. Where are the boys and girls walking in and in down the park? They got their hands in the mints and the mints in the pocket. They gotta get home before dark, cause LJ's in town. He's gonna bring you down. Sprinkling his frostiness all over town. Chicky-dee-dee-dee-dee, but Jack go and they brought all the snow. You go where the flowers are when Elton drops by. Won't you listen to me, oh frosty one? Put your snowflakes away, we could call it a day and our work could be done. Get out and stay far, far away. Little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. Little Jack Frost, get lost. Little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. Little Jack Frost, get lost. You know you don't do a thing but put the bite on the toys. Freeze up the ground and take the bloom from the rose. So little Jack Frost, go away, go away. Don't you come back another day. There's lots of cold feet, all the lovers complain. You turned off the heat down in a lover's lane. The bench in the park is all alone in the dark. So little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. And little Jack Frost, get lost, get lost. L.J. Frost, get lost.
That's terrific. That's
Oh, I
terrific.
love that one.
Have you got one more for us? Can we get one more?
Sure.
That'd
Let's
be
do one more.
fantastic.
Stevie, thank you for having us on your show.
This is so much fun. This is not exactly the same as being in the same room together, but it's a whole lot better than just being in the same room by ourselves, you know. So we thank you here too. Miss Valerie and I are just totally digging it.
And thanks for doing this all the time and keeping people connected because you are doing it all the time.
Well, amen, brother.
Thank
Amen,
you.
brother. And you're
Yeah.
doing the same thing, aren't you, with the tiny living room concerts?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little inconsistent, but we just invite people to stop by and to see what's happening, and we try to get the word out. And yeah,
Here,
So,
here. Good on you.
thank you, and thanks to everybody out there that has tuned in tonight. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you all when we're all in the same room.
Oh, that'll be
Woohoo!
so fantastic.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
But in the meantime,
But in the
what
meantime-
I want to mention we are educators and we do music camps. And we've got a music camp coming up in January called Winter Tunes. And it's acoustic music, acoustic-oriented songwriting and instrument learning and all kinds of cool stuff. wintertunes.net. Thanks for allowing me the plug there.
You bet, of course, Joe. Take it away, you guys.
Okay. What do you want to do? What's that?
Fly me?
Oh, sure. This is to celebrate the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn tonight. By the way, if we haven't said it enough, happy solstice to all of you out there. It's a pretty amazing night and day and night on this 21st. Is it the 21st? Still?
I don't know.
I did no, actually. All right. It's the night of the solstice. Yes.
Yeah. Fly me to Please fly. Yes, you can fly. Please fly to the moon.
Oh, and I'm afraid we have a major seventh violation on the play. There's a flag on the play, folks.
Is that a 5 or 15-yard?
That's 15, baby.
Oh.
A gratuitous major 7 at the end of a song? Oh, come on, man. That was fantastic. Thank you both. Wonderful.
Thank you, Stevie. Thanks,
Oh.
Valerie. Great to see you and talk with you.
How about that? This is all right. It's not
And
the best, but it's all right.
I was jamming with you on Compadres in the old Sierra Madre.
Oh, good. I could hear you. I could just about hear you. And one of these days we'll get it together. We'll play together again. We will. I promise, I promise, I promise. Folks, one more time, a hand, please, if you would, from wherever you are. Send the vibe to Dixon, California. To Joe and Hattie Craven, ably stage managed by Pamela Gregg Craven, 2 L's, 2 G's.
Right. 2 L's, 2 G's. That's great.
Down the road, y'all.
All right, Stevie.
All right.
Cheers.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-byes.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's fantastic. Good heavens, folks. How about that? Well, thanks for hanging in. This was a long one, but we had to have more. And, of course, Joe and I blathered a whole bunch, too. So thanks for enduring that. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Next week is going to be the inimitable Mary Flower. Great fingerstyle ragtime blues gal, wonderful guitarist, and all-around personality. She's just terrific. I'm looking forward to that. That's next Monday night at 7:30. Our good night video tonight is courtesy of CBS in the year 1966. So if it tugs your heartstrings, it will tug your heartstrings, whether or not you were there at the time. And of course, our exit music makes a lovely earworm to help rinse out some of the Christmas songs that may have infested your auditory lobes these past few weeks. So stick around if you can. One more time, Ducky, can we hit him with the tip jar information? There it is. Thanks so much. If you can, that's great. And remember, please, that for any $20 donation to the Widows and Orphans Fund of Stevie Coyle and Joe Craven, you get a free copy of the CD, which is right there. It's this one, right here, called 10 and 1. I did it myself a few years ago, produced by Walter Strauss. Thanks, Ducky. That's it for this show this week. We'll see you down the road. Safe travels to everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that stuff. See you next Monday, hope. Bye-bye.
Make love with a guitar if you should meet her, sweet senorita. Romance with a guitar, and when you find her, the strings will bind her. Make love with a guitar, always the right time, daylight or night time. Ah, she'll not withstand it, and as I planned it, she'll say, I love you. On my guitar, I strike a chord like like this, it always brings a kiss I never miss. Speaking of love, you can go very far, no matter who you are, if you play a guitar, if you play a guitar. I always get a kiss I never miss. You can go very far, no matter who you are, if you play a guitar. Make love with a guitar, always the right time, daylight or night time. Oh, she'll not withstand it, and as I planned it, she'll say